'cause I don't recognize you anymore. Once sweet and caring, now cold and calculated. You can't be trusted. You want the world for your own. You want maximum profit. I can't afford to stay, so get out of my way. Smoking down the track, I never looking back. You
The Big Voice, KWTN, 100.9 FM, Nebraska, the official radio station of the Winnebago tribe.
Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to some, maybe. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to season number 2. This is Winnebago Talks of episode 13. Yeah, no kidding. That is crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. So we have a lot to discuss, and we're going to get into some good things here today. Angel Decora is going to be coming up. We're going to do a whole segment about the powwows, not just our powwow, but the powwows in the area that are going to be good. Maybe we can share some memories if we ever attended some of those powwows or whatnot. We'll be talking about a lot of the things that are happening this week as well as in going into next week. We got some updates for you folks, so you want to make sure you stay tuned. We do have some good programming that's going to be happening later today as well as the rest of the week here on The Big Voice, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But nonetheless, usually I give you a challenge on how you do your introductions, so maybe you can give me a challenge how I can do the introduction. We'll think about it, but let's go ahead and get into our introductions here so we can get the levels here. I have
Bethani Redhorn, the Winnebago Communications Office Manager,
a.k.a.
DJ Bethany.
Yeah, that's right. Host of ARL. Hey, how did ARL go anyway?
I thought it went really well. We kind of broke the vote record with the top 5 last week.
Dang.
It's like 73 votes.
Hey, we want to thank everybody that voted and stuff. And then also, if you do vote,
you get like a little prize. So.
Yeah.
And I do need to connect with our winner from last week. Shout out to Christy Fremont. She's the one that won in my drawing.
Nice. What did she win?
A gift card.
Ooh, let's go. All right. And then we also have...
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tyler Snake, the Winnebago Indian News Office Circulation Manager. Long title.
and let's see here. So did you get the opportunity to vote?
No, because I used to vote in the very beginning. As staff? But
I seen the win vote, so I mean,
I don't know.
Was that you that voted?
My songs never shine.
That's not true. My girl won. When was that? Like
my other good one was Akon. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. It's a while ago though.
Well, that's cool. Well,
Morning.
welcome. And so Neon Moon. We're going to go for another repeat. We'll see what happens this week and stuff.
Yeah.
And usually post like 4 different ones that try to knock off the other ones. Okay.
Gotta think of a good one.
I want to ask the people that are watching on Facebook what we should probably include in one of them. Because I seen somebody said...
I can't remember the name.
Yeah, you need to include some Bobby Womack.
Yeah, that's what. Was it?
Caldwell or Blue?
I think it might have been Caldwell.
Bobby or some Bobby.
Caldwell, Mr. Caldwell.
We're gonna do Bobby Brown. We're gonna do Bobby Caldwell. We're gonna do Bobby. No.
A while back when I like posed it while I was live over the air, and I asked like what song suggestions I should include, and someone said Boys to Men. I can't remember
Philly?
Which song. It was that Mama, that one.
Oh, Song for Mama.
Yeah, that one.
The number one
Mama.
wedding song, man. That one is a tearjerker, man.
Going over my
tell
head.
you what. Yeah, that's a good song though. And I heard they're a good concert. The recap of the Lovers and Friends concert that they had out in Vegas and stuff. They said that they do the dancing, choreography, and everything, and they bring it and stuff. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of hits. I think they had some with Mariah Carey. They also had, when they came out, Motown Philly. I like that jam. That's a good one. And then, of course, the one End of the Road. was one of their big ones too. I don't know. Was you old? Do you remember that song? That was
I don't know what's
considered in
going
your
on.
days.
I'm just nodding around over here.
I'm just happy to be here. But let's talk about the Winnebago on the news. What do we have?
Oh, okay. So the top story for this issue was bringing home the children from Carlisle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was a pretty, how do I say, memorial thing, you know?
Yeah.
Not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Like a tribute.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So I know that there's a lot of people working hard to do that, and they also have some assistance from some people out in like Washington D.C. and other organizations that will be helping try to bring those children home. They went out to Carlisle, to my understanding. I've never been there myself, but in Pennsylvania, I think it is. And if you can imagine being away home that long, and then trying to get home and whatnot. There's a story about Angel Decora. Our museum's named after her and stuff, but she went out to Carlisle, and then she was kind of one of the success stories and stuff, but there's a lot of tragedy stories that come out of there, any boarding school and stuff, you know what I mean? So good thing that we raise awareness, and hopefully, we promote to the younger people to try to pay attention to that one, because that's history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll say back in 2023, the Winnebago on the News helped publish this story. I caught it. I wanted to do something, you know what I mean, to bring those children home. So that's a very good thing that you guys are doing that. So
Yep, shed some light on that. But as always, for my Big O Bits, I covered like a WPS update, Winnebago Public School. They're doing some good sports things over the summer, like with basketball camps, conditioning. I'm not into sports, but that's going on.
yeah. You work out though, right? I mean, isn't that a sport?
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't count it as like I know what's going on,
Yeah. I was watching the collegiate NCAA track championships and stuff, and they were, doing the 100 and everything, and it was pretty exciting. You know what I mean? Because they were just going all out and everything. They did the hurdles. I think they had the 5,000 meter, and I was just like, wow,
giving it their all.
They were talking about this. There's a point where you're running, and it's called the red light. Your body starts saying red, and red means stop. So your body's saying shut down, you know what I mean? Shut down your body, it's just like, hey, you're in the red light kind of era and stuff, and it was just like crazy how people just
push through that.
Yeah.
Push through the pain. They have to be mentally well-rounded, you know what I mean? And then physically it's
be real disciplined.
Yeah, it's pretty tough and stuff. So kudos to them. And nonetheless, what else do we have for Winnebago in the news?
My second one, I was just talking about the ADCAD horse racing, the live horse racing. It seemed like a pretty good event put on. They even had corgi races, and all kinds of things for the kids. And then our very own Toby Bassett, he was there. He got to sing the national anthem.
Right. And remember him last year? He was all singing in the bathroom in the hallways, and it sounded real good because it echoed. And
just walking in there, door click, and heart pouring out.
It
was
cool.
good though, because we have real echoey walls too.
Yeah, for sure. If you wanted to catch up one of those, where can you get it?
So we have newsstands all over town of the last 5 issues, and they're located at the Heritage, the lobby as well, the Blackhawk Center lobby, and then Sweetwater, and then the Pony.
Oh, cool. So
we're working on getting more. So if anybody listening wants to, have the latest issues of the Win in your store or wherever, just hit me up at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
Awesome. Jordana and Allison are out on assignment. They're working on a big story, so make sure you next Saturday will be the issue that is going to be coming out, so we'll be looking forward to that one. Has to do with the Land Transfer Act that's taking place over there in Iowa. There's some land over there, and we'll discuss that. I think they're going to have a feature story that will run on Winnebago Talks as well as in the Winnebago in the News. So good work, everybody, and thank you. Anything else, Tyler?
This is our Educare graduation one as well, so if any parents listening want to check the pictures out.
You want to archive that.
Yeah.
Because when they graduate, you know what I mean? Those little guys and stuff. I mean, you remember being in the Head Start picture, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know what I mean? You make sure you get those copies.
It's like that first highlight.
Yeah. The graduating class from Winnebago Public School, we should look back to see when they were posted in the Head
cool.
Start Winnebago in the News and kind
Working
of
on
do
the
it.
archive, so
Yeah.
try to post them out.
So make sure you grab this copy before there's none left.
Yep.
And
Yes.
put it into your, I don't know if you guys, maybe take some pictures.
Memory box.
Yeah, nowadays what you have to do is you take your pictures and save them on your iPhotos or whatever it's called and stuff.
But if you still got those newspaper clippings,
bring them on
Save
out.
'em.
For sure, for sure. Okay, well, thank you guys for, making sure that the Winnebago in the News as well as the Educare graduates, congratulations to them. They got little bikes or something, did they?
Yeah.
Dang,
Kind of jealous.
boy, that's what got some wheels.
For the summer.
When the seniors class of 2023, they need to get some wheels too. You know what I mean? Like, how come they don't come out with some
Just giving
cars? Or
away
something?
everybody got a car.
Some lemons.
That'd be dope. All right. Okay. Well, thanks, Tyler, and you'll be back to win.
Yeah. Do I get a hint?
Yeah.
Let's get it. What is it?
It is games.
Games. Not sports, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm about to Google some stuff.
You'll be back to
Alright.
win though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do we have?
So we're gonna be discussing some upcoming POWs here in this episode, but for the programming with the big voice, today at 1:30 we'll have a new episode of Indigified Podcast with Trisha and Monica. So that'll be live streaming over our Big Voice Facebook and YouTube page, and then you can always listen in with them on their I think they're on like Apple and Spotify and like all those streaming platforms. But that's Indigified at 1:30 today with Trisha and Monica, and then tomorrow we'll have a new big hour over the noon hour with DJ Sharon Teed. She'll be here in the studio.
Hey, you did one yesterday.
I did.
Oh, what was it?
I did a spotlight on Nicki Minaj.
Did you really? You said she's the queen of rap.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song of Nicki?
I can't pick just one.
Yeah.
I can't.
You did the whole hour though of just
I
Nicki.
did.
How did it go?
And there's people that want a part 2.
Are you serious? Okay. To me, she's out there, but that's what makes her a superstar, right? I mean, she's kind of.
Yeah, she's really versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that there's probably people up there that would probably argue with me until they're blue in the face about it, but I'm gonna defend her till I take my last breath.
The thing that gets me is the eye look. She has this weird eye look on the videos and stuff where I'm watching the music video and then she does the eye look and I look away. She's looking at me. Nah.
Like she had to have that one look that's like, you're gonna remember me, and even if it's just from that look, you're gonna remember me. So
how do you practice that? I mean, like, did she just
probably did mirror work.
just sitting there looking at it? Don't look.
Practiced.
Yeah. I mean, if she came in here and she gave me that look, man, I'd probably
start
go
doing it
underneath.
back. Just mirror her. No, but I did Nicki Minaj yesterday, and then so DJ Sharon Teed will be here. She's gonna do a country spotlight.
Okay, duets.
Yes.
Country duets.
And so that'll be tomorrow over the noon hour. Then we'll have Big Voice Sports Talk Show with Coach Q at 5. And that'll be Wednesday's programming. And then we'll go into Thursday with All Request Live, which is hosted by me from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then a new episode of Res Ride with MCBKC at 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay, I have a question for you. I see here in our analytics, we kind of see the stream matrix, they call it.
Yep.
And there's a red kind of dot there.
Yeah, in the beginning it like dropped, and then I pulled it over and then it just loaded back up.
Okay, so I want to kind of poll here on the Facebook if we're coming through, because a lot of times we're just
Yeah.
we should do that just to say, hey, there's no sound or whatever. Wait, hold on.
We did that one time. I remember we glitched and then we started trying to do it. Then
Yeah,
it went
we're just
right, and then we were all doing that.
We're gonna have to use animation and stuff like that because when we go like this,
We all froze screen.
nah. But let us know if you guys can hear us. We are over the terrestrial KWTN 100.9 FM, and we are also broadcasting on the Winnebago Tribe's website. Go to their
I
YouTube
got
channel.
a green. I'm green over here, so I think we're good. We got sound? Okay, I think we got sound. DJ guaranteed.
Okay, all right. I just want to.
No, I know it was when we were talking about the bagel bits. It was like a real quick moment, but
Okay, cool. Can you hear this?
I didn't hear that. What was that? Just kidding.
Hey, come on up. We have HCI and the crew here from Community Impact and Game. It's always good to see these guys, man. I love when they come up here and give us some good information. These guys take the time out of their busy day to be with us, and they're doing a great job. And these are our future leaders, as well as kind of giving back to the community and doing some great things here. So we want to give them an opportunity to kind of let us know what's going on in their neck of the woods here, and we'll give them an opportunity to get set up. We have Caden, we also have Lala, and Mr. Diami Barridge. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good to see you guys. And Lala, can you give me a mic check?
Hello?
Yeah,
okay,
you're on.
We're good.
Hey guys, how's it going?
There you go. So what's the latest?
So we just got 2 updates. We'll start off with the tribal event. The community forum, HCI just has some helping hand in this. This is for the Winnebago Broadband Fiber to Home project.
Okay.
And that is June 22nd at 6 p.m. down at the Blackhawk Community Center.
June 22nd. I'm going to mark that in my calendar right now. If you guys have a calendar or a phone with your calendar, and that's going to be a Thursday. Yeah, June 22nd. Make sure you check that out. It's also payday. All right. And then Res Ride from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then after 6 o'clock, we're going to come on down after Res Ride and come check it out now. But what's this about?
So the Winnebago Broadband Community or Connectivity Program will provide residents and adjacent communities a fiber to the home internet solution. The project was awarded to the Winnebago Tribe through a federal grant from the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, the NTIA. The project team will be on hand to provide a project overview, status updates, and to answer questions. And most importantly, a meal will be provided.
Game changer. This is a game
The
changer.
words I like to hear.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, they're going to equip everybody in Winnebago with fiber. I mean, remember back in the days when it used to be dial-up? You have to...
I remember.
kind of do this tone and AO.
Nobody could get through on the home line.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you did call, it'd be like... or something.
Crazy and stuff. But the fiber is be lightning fast speed, you know what I mean? And that's important for if you're taking online classes.
Anywhere,
Telemedicine is starting to be really big. And it's important that we get everybody connected and stuff. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions. I have some questions and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, how much is it going to cost? Maybe they don't have that answer then and there and stuff, but that's something that they'll take back and they'll say, well, we're going to have to figure out the cost estimate. Right now, I pay a good, chunk. I think it was like 156, for 10 megabytes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy and stuff. I don't live in town here and stuff, but man, this is like, wow.
Well, if you got questions or answers that need to be, you can contact Teddy Frenchman. He's the fiber optic project manager. His email is teddy.frenchman@winnebagotribe.com. His cell phone is 712-253-2712.
Okay. All right. Are you guys gamers? Any of you guys gamers? Do you guys play games? Not really?
A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's the worst, isn't it? When you're playing a game and then it's just
Starts
like,
lagging.
oh man,
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to watch Netflix or stream or stuff like that, you get
try to
stuck.
stream stuff.
Yeah, it's just like frustrating. So hopefully this is a good solution.
Yeah, it will be for sure.
Next Thursday, we're there.
So our next update is we got our scholarships deadlines. Here's a little flyer for you guys to keep on hand. We got the LGM scholarship program, the Lisa Guerrero Memorial. That's due in August, and that's for trade school students. Provides up to $1,500 per school year.
Yeah.
And the next one is the Ho Chunk Inc. scholarship program for undergraduate and graduate students, and that is due June 30th. And that provides up to $2,500 per school year.
Nice.
And I was part of this program as well. Kind of helped me out through school with like extra spending, like with gas or food and stuff. It helped me out through my college career.
Nice. Have you folks applied here? Because you guys, class of 2023 right here.
Yeah.
Have you guys applied for?
Yeah, I'm working on finishing my application for
that scholarship actually.
Yeah, and it definitely helps out and stuff, far as when I was back in college, we were on the ramen noodle diet and everything, you know what I mean? Because, you want to focus on your studies and not worry about making money. And then after you graduate and everything, that's when the money starts coming in. But nonetheless, man, this is some great programs. It alleviates some of that financial burden wherever you guys may go, whether it be gas money or money for books or just, in general for room and board and stuff. So make sure that
I encourage a lot of students and college students to take advantage of this.
Yeah,
as it helped me out.
Right. And if they have any questions, make sure that they ask you.
Yeah, they can come to me.
Cool, definitely. Well, I'm glad that you brought this up. Very important.
Yep.
For sure.
And I'll lead it off to my interns as they got something to promote.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Diam here, obviously, but I'm holding this Friday the 16th 3-on-3 basketball tournament as a HCI intern. It's one of my projects, so it's just something to get the community involved. And around here, basketball is a big thing, so there's gonna be 4 divisions: high school girls and high school boys, and then junior high boys and junior high girls. So there'll be prizes and rewards. Well, I think there'll be a snack stand for free, no entry fee, but maybe the snack's probably like $1 or something. But just something to get the community involved. And I can see it would be really nice if y'all could pop out and just share it. It'll be this Friday, 8 to 9 registration, and then the first game will be like 4 people per team, and prizes are involved. So that's just one thing I want to get out. And,
very nice. And where's the location?
The Winnebago Public School outside courts.
Oh, cool. All right. That's going to be this Friday then.
This Friday, yeah.
Very nice. Cool. So make sure you, I like it. Summer activities, and it's open to anybody in those age divisions. For sure.
Just the surrounding communities too. The other residents can come out and just something to get involved in. Hopefully you have a good time.
What do you go to? As far as like 21, 30?
15. Ones and twos, but then there'll be a 10-minute time limit.
Okay.
So if you don't reach 15 points and end of the time limit, the winner will be whoever's up at the end.
Awesome. And then if you win it, do you get a medal or anything like that?
Yeah, there'll be prizes. There'll be 4 medals for the 4 people, and then there'll be 4 MVP balls throughout each division. So whoever the most valuable player MVP is in each division will get a nice new brand new basketball.
Very nice. Very cool. I have a question for you, Dami. You were awarded the Big Voice Athlete of the Week.
Yes.
Did you get your medal?
Yeah, I got it from Buff.
Okay. Yeah. Because he's like, I'm just going to put it in my car. I can't get a hold of the guy. So,
yeah. I recently just got it to him last weekend. I think it was at a baseball game down here in town. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, man, we got to get a picture of you with it on and everything. So make sure you guys check that out. Let us know the results of that, because they might be in the running for Native Athlete of the Week. And we have some of those medals. So if the team wins, let us know, and they might be a candidate for that. Big Voice Sports is tomorrow, right?
Yep, 5 o'clock, Wednesdays.
For sure. How did the volleyball tournament go?
It went really good, and then the rain came in, and we were at the outdoor court by the Land of Wellness Fields, and the canopy blew over, like rain was going everywhere, the courts were all slippery. Thankfully, we had a contact with someone at the Black Hawk Center, so we were able to move it inside.
Nice.
So it was nice being able to just be on that court, not having to worry about slipping or falling.
Right.
And one of our teams that, all the workers were from like HCI, they ended up taking first place. So it was really nice.
Cool.
It was a good turnout.
I'm glad that all the participants were able to have some fun.
Yeah.
We got some good action shots, and Jordana, she was over there with her family, and then I know that the HCI, they had their family kind of crew in there and everything, and it turned out really well and stuff. So
yeah, it was fun.
They should do that more often. Maybe in the evening or whatnot. I know that it's a little hard to play over there because it's like a cement, but there's a padding over there, and it gets a little warm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But maybe there's some pickup games or whatnot over there.
Right, anything like that, like an open court. Everybody go down and play. I think that would be really nice to get people like that involved down there.
So you guys are on a countdown. You're gonna be heading to Haskell.
Yes.
And then you're gonna head to Peru State, right?
Yep.
All right. When do you guys take off?
I think I have my orientation coming up on the 24th, and I think I leave Peru either that first or second week of August.
And then do you head out early for training and stuff?
No, just kind of like summer's training by yourself. But I had to go August 10th. I have to head down there. So yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have this segment. I don't know, maybe we can get into it now and stuff, but we're gonna change gears here. Anything else that you guys want to make mention of?
No, that's pretty much it for our 9.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on up here and stuff. But the segment here is powwows. And did any of you guys go to any powwows this weekend?
Yes, I was in Morton, Minnesota.
How did it turn out?
It was good, but it would have been the Saturday evening. It got rained out, so.
Oh, did they move it indoors? Or
No, they couldn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
hoping at the Casino Convention Center, but
Yeah.
no, that did not happen. So yeah.
Now I have a question. Okay, so you're a runner,
Yeah.
and a basketball player and everything, and then you also dance,
Yeah.
and that category is fancy feather.
Yep.
So how is it different, and how is it the same? You know, kind of dancing and then also competing in some of those other activities.
I would say the endurance wise, having the stamina to do it, because you can dance back to back to back songs in while you're dancing. Then like a 5K run takes about the same time.
Wow.
So it's, honestly, for me, it don't really matter because I don't know. I have the stamina. I've trained for it and stuff.
Right.
So there's nothing really different.
That's cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, for sure, for sure. We're gonna take a whirlwind around here. We want to promote our powwow, our homecoming celebration powwow, as well as other powwows that are in the area. We have, as you know, in the state of Nebraska, there's 3 other tribes, and then we're the 4th. So we have the 156th annual homecoming celebration that is going to be July 27th through the 30th. And just so you guys know, this is the first year that they're going to do it, and I think they should up it. But there's going to be a weekend pass of $10. I think you get a wristband, and that's good. So you only pay one time. It's not per day or anything like that. And it also comes with a meal. So make sure you share that with your friends and relatives and expect that at the gate. And it helps out with promotion costs, advertising costs, even some of the prize money that goes into the head staff, as well as the dance contests and stuff. So make sure you check that on out. They do have some RV availabilities up there if you guys have a camper or whatnot. And as you know, there's a shower up there, and there's some good camping ground. To me, I'm biased. Winnebago has one of the best powwow grounds. And not only that, but the whole week there's going to be some activities. Starting with Wednesday, there's going to be a Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System is going to do their 5th anniversary. That night, on Wednesday night, the Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department will do their firework display.
Yes.
And then Thursday, we'll start the powwow. And Thursday is kind of known as like Winnebago Day. They'll do some of the social dancing and whatnot. Then the contest will start on Friday, and it says it starts Friday at 1 p.m. and it will end on Sunday.
Real quick, on Wednesday, the Warrior Kettle as well, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, appreciate you reminding me of that. I want to ask Bethany, what's your favorite memory? And I'll go across the board here to see your Winnebago homecoming celebration favorite memory.
My favorite memory comes from when I used to dance.
Yeah?
Yeah. And just because I don't know, it's like an indescribable feeling that you get when you're out there dancing.
Right.
And before I stopped dancing, I was dancing fancy shawl. So I mean, if I was to ever start dancing again, I would just kind of try to pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
But dancing is probably like at the forefront of my memories with powwow.
Just coming down that area there and then going into the grand entry and just dancing with the tribals and stuff.
Just kind of being around everybody. And
yeah.
Real quick, my second memory, I just have to follow it up real quick.
Yeah, go.
Had a whole list. My second memory comes from when my Auntie Deej held her stand. I helped out those years, and I believe she's having, real quick plug, she's having a stand this year as well. But
nice.
Just being with our family and stuff and helping make the fry bread and stuff in the back.
Yeah, she's known for the lemonade or something like that. I know her stand is known for something.
It's known for
the corn soup.
Corn soup, yeah.
Was it? Okay, all right.
I was gonna say the fry bread, but yeah, corn soup. And I believe she'll have some again this year. But it was just kind of like being back there, and I got burnt up from the grease and stuff, and just being around my brothers, and then I don't know, just kind of being around family and stuff. Yeah,
definitely.
That's mine.
All right.
One of my favorite memories is I think it was 2018 or 2019. I actually placed first in Teen Men's Fancy, so that was like one of the biggest powwows because our powwow was pretty big. That was one of the biggest powwows I won. So that was a big moment for me and my family. Just another one is this past year, my grandma had her special.
Oh yeah.
And that to me meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my family and especially her. So I just appreciate everything that they did for her, and overall it turned out good.
she had a song made on her behalf by Sam Grant. I remember that song debuting and everything. I introduced her wrong. She still teases me about this day and stuff like that. But I think she's overseas, right?
Yep, right now she's over in Jerusalem/Bethlehem area.
Nice.
The Holy Land, they say.
Yeah, for sure. We're sending our prayers to her and safe travels to her. Definitely. Good memories. How about you?
I don't kind of be like my auntie Bethany's over here. I danced for, I want to say, like 2 to 3 years in my younger days. Just
Cool.
looking like I'm old.
What?
I danced fancy shawl.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was really cool to pick that up. You know, my mom, she danced like traditional ho chunk applique, all that. She was a champion dancer, so I think it was really cool for me to get connected that way, and then like to go with that. I think just seeing like all my family from all over,
How cool
it's
is
just
that?
really nice seeing a bunch of familiar faces that power, especially like my family from Santee. I don't get to see them that often, so
Yeah.
like when Red Wing and Orlando and all them come down, it's really nice to see their familiar faces.
Yeah, shout out to Red Wing. I know that he's bearing it up on the Powwow Trail.
Yeah.
He's an AOPOM MC, a lot of places and
He's
everything.
busy, always
Yeah,
busy.
For sure. So, like, good memory. Caden.
Probably for me, not necessarily like memory, just more like getting excited for it each year. I know like my family is like heavily involved in like the powwow, doing the snow song, and then my brother always being headman in the past and being the MC like this year.
Yep.
Just looking forward to that, just making memories with them, seeing them do that stuff, and just like when I was younger, I would always participate in like the snake dance.
Oh yeah.
So I was always excited to do that. And then another thing that I got excited for is the Little Priest special, the Battle of the Bustles.
Yeah.
I was always excited to see that.
Yeah,
as I
Saturday.
am this year.
For sure. Make sure you check that one out. It's not on a poster. We'll have to get the details on that one, but Battle of the Bustles on Saturday night. And if you have an opportunity, Caden and you guys, make sure you share the stream on that one, because we kind of do a little production behind it.
Yeah,
I remember
We
seeing
have the split screen and everything,
Excited.
so it turns out pretty good. And Bethany's the mastermind behind
The
that
Wizard of
one.
Oz.
Yeah, I think that helped out.
Behind the curtain.
That helped out a lot watching it, because last year I was kind of helping out with the Winnebago powwow softball tournament.
Oh.
So I wasn't able to go attend and see it.
Will you
but,
be doing the same thing this year?
No, I won't.
So you'll be out there?
Yeah, I'll be out there this time.
Very cool. Very cool. Good memories, guys. I'm surprised nobody said snagging.
That's
I said
you.
that, my mom would be mad.
That's my favorite memory, on top of the hill. No, I'm just like,
My mom
Walking
would
the
never
laps.
leave.
don't tell anybody. No.
I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this right now.
I'm actually the one getting snagged.
Dang.
But so that's the Winnebago homecoming celebration. We have some other ones here, and if you can help us out, bring those ones up. Let's see here. This is our neighbors to the south. 2023. They're having their Hitawachi, the oldest powwow, August 3rd to the 6th. It's right after the weekend of Winnebago powwow. Check that out. To my understanding, they follow the harvest moon. So their powwow is not set. Ours is always the last full weekend in July. And I know that one year during COVID, we had it during
September.
September, because that's when Little Priest passed away. But these guys, they change it throughout the years, and they follow the harvest moon. And if you have an opportunity, make sure you check theirs. They have a Facebook page as well. And they also have a contact information, but they usually start down there at Little Warrior Park, and that's going to be right after the Winnebago powwow. So kind of back to back. If you have some relatives come from Canada or down south and stuff, they might want to stay the week and just go down there for that powwow too. So it'll be a good one. We also have other ones here. Just announced last night, I seen a good friend Sid Tuttle. He announced and as well as the Santee Sioux Nation, the Asante Traditional Wachipi. It's going to be happening June 23rd, 24th, 25th. And that's not this weekend, but the weekend following. And there's the head staff. I think this is a traditional powwow, but they do have some specials that are going to be happening as well and stuff. So make sure you check that out. They have a moccasin tournament, singing contest, and some specials to be announced more daily. And so make sure you check that on out. And are you guys going to plan to going up there? Or?
I actually might. Like I said, I have family in Santee, so maybe me and my dad can make our way up there.
Yep. Shout out to our relatives
Hint,
out
hint.
to the west. Yeah,
Yo.
for sure, for sure. And then we also have out to the west, we have the Ponca tribe of Nebraska, and theirs is going to be August 11th, 12th, and 13th. So it's going to happen pretty quick here. You go Winnebago Powwow, Macy Powwow, and then the Northern Ponca 29th Annual, August 11th, 12th, and 13th. And that's going to be a good time as well. I haven't actually in my lifetime attended their powwow, but I heard it's really good. They covered by, I think, NTE, the state of Nebraska, kind of brings up a camera crew and they stream from there, and
Nice.
it turns out pretty good. You know what I mean? So I have to check that out now. You guys ever been to that one?
I have not.
Yeah, I think that's a traditional one as well. I seen there that they have a horseshoe tournament, a team dance contest, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Archery contest, and then a cornhole tournament. You guys play cornhole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's big in my family.
Yeah, it's pretty competitive, huh?
Yeah, it gets really, especially with my family, we're all competitive, so it really gets hardcore sometimes.
And I see that that they're having one at the softball fields on Sunday, first annual cornhole for Winnebago powwow and stuff. So it's gonna be a good time. But that's our powwow, man. I appreciate you guys sharing your memories of Winnebago powwows and powwows in general. And we'll continue to talk about that. I know Eugene is gonna be trying to do like a powwow show, talking about some of the music of powwow and everything. And there's nothing like it. We're in full swing powwow season, guys.
Yeah.
For
I'm
sure.
excited.
For sure. Are you guys going anywhere? You guys going anywhere this weekend?
This weekend, no. We have Frank Lemire's memorial this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So I will be there. Grave of Singers will be singing over there for a little bit.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you did an excellent job at the ADACAD horse races and stuff, sang the flag song both days, and turned out really good. You guys were crewed up, so good job, guys. All right, well, anything else? We appreciate you guys coming on up, and thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. Make sure you come up and give us the results.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks for having us.
Yep, thank you.
So then we wanted to plug in Friday's programming for the Big Voice as well. On Friday, we'll have a run of the summer mix session with DJ Blue. So he got into, we're getting some more like just summer vibes. It's the feel of it. So we'll have that going on Friday. And that'll be 7 to 10, and it'll take us into our episode of Midnight Love with MCBKC.
Speaking of MCBKC,
Nice segue.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Good job. That was by design, huh?
Very natural. But that's going to be coming up. But we also do have an event coming up this Friday.
Yeah, what's the event?
So, you know me, I really love these events that take place over at the big screen, especially with the nice weather that we have and all that good stuff. We're going to have a drive-in movie event happening at the big screen. Shout out to the Winnebago Youth Crisis Intervention Center. They're having a drive-in movie event at the big screen, and you're all invited. It'll be a bring your own chair, blanket, or something to sit on and come enjoy some family fun. There's going to be popcorn available and water. And so 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the big screen.
How much does it cost?
Free for all.
Yeah.
Free, or what would you say? $free and 0 cents.
The $3.00. That is really cool. And I know that if you want to go, I went to a movie this other weekend. I've seen Spider-Man.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd
How
you
was
think?
It was it was good music.
We gotta go, guys. Stream's over. It was good. I loved it. I want to go see it again.
I didn't see it.
Man,
good.
I was like, all right, man, we're gonna get into this and all this and that, but I was like, wow, this is really going down a path and stuff, and I was like, how long is this gonna take? And then it just ends.
That's because it's getting you hyped up for that one. It says Spider-Man will return.
Right. And I was
Sorry,
like,
didn't mean to spill the beans on
I
that.
know. Anyways,
Spoiler.
Yeah, I know. Spoiler alert.
Spoiled.
How's it going, Brian?
Oh, pretty good. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
What hat are we gonna?
Which one do you want?
Let's see here. Okay.
We could start with the council hat first.
Yeah.
Of course, like you guys mentioned earlier in the show, Chairwoman Kitchian attended the hearings with the congressional subcommittee regarding the land back bill, if that's what we want to call it.
Right.
And so that was pretty exciting. And if you didn't get a chance to watch it, that is on YouTube, so you are able to see her testimony. It is mixed in with several other tribal leaders.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Winnebago Tribe's issue by itself, but at the same time, Chairwoman was able to speak first, and the line of questioning that she came forward with or was able to answer as well is it's segmented pretty good, so you're able to capture what she did out there. And then also, if you're not aware, listeners, yesterday, the Winnebago Tribe hosted the congressman from the western side of Iowa. His name is Representative Randy Feenstra.
Mm-hmm.
He was out at Winnebago's Casino, and they also did a tour of the actual grounds in the land area that were basically requesting to be given back.
Right. I had the opportunity, me and you went out there one time too, and took some pictures, and it's right behind Winnebago's. Beautiful area. It has been flooded.
Yeah.
And there's kind of sandy, but it's pretty much like a lot of woods. You go up north, kind of towards Snyder Bend. There's Snyder's Bend. It's developed. You know what I mean?
Sure.
As far as, and that's off the track that we're trying to get back. But it's marshy, and there's a kind of some waterway there. I think they said it's probably good for fishing, and then also duck hunting.
Right.
And there was a question asked, once we get that land back, what's the plan with the tribe?
Exactly, and it's pretty much just to preserve the overall what has occurred with the land use and that type of thing. Wildlife and parks, where on the Winnebago Tribe's behalf will be taking care of that. So
I know that they said something would the Winnebago Tribe consider developing a casino, because those other guys that are asking for land, that Tori, she was on some other tribes are trying to get some land back as well. And that was a big kind of one of those Congress guys asked, do you have plans to develop a casino if we give you this land back, which is rightfully yours? It's kind of crazy, but are you guys going to develop a casino? And I think that we're going to probably try to make an amendment to say that, or add a line in there that, hey, we have the casino right there.
I know. It's like, that's kind of like a foolish question. It's like, mean the one that's been there for 30 years?
Yeah. So why would we just want the land back that's rightfully and wrongfully taken away from us by the Army Corps?
Yeah.
And
Say it again.
Yeah. And the big thing, I love the catchphrase with that, of course, is land back. Everyone understands that. And, even though you may not be the greatest expert regarding what has happened, pragmatically or even legally, if you say land back, you're in the vibe, you're in the groove.
For sure. And we're right in the middle and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that we could probably, I know that they talked about it yesterday, is that in the 70s, Army Corps just said, hey, we're taking your land, we're condemning it, and forever it's going to be, and Louis was the one that fought the Army Corps and won. Because
the tribal council that was in place, of course, at that time, several of them have since passed on. That's why I typically don't like to add a lot of names to this, not as a matter of disrespect, but as a matter of I don't want to forget anyone.
Right.
Because there is a ton of Winnebagos and ton of tribal members that push this forward. And I never want to, forget any of them, because it has been a lot of our people, your own ancestors, everyone that's listening here. You had someone that had something to say about this and pushed it forward. So it took, 50 plus years.
Yeah.
And so, and we're not there yet. We haven't crossed the finish line. That
Definitely.
won't happen until the president signs it.
So from here, I think that hearing what they said, people are like, okay, well, did they sign it? Is it passed and stuff? But it was just a hearing.
Yeah, that's normal as part of the overall process. It has to go through all of these types of hearings, et cetera, and then it's actually brought to the vote. It's reconciled between the House and the Senate, and then it's brought forward again. And then once it passes both, it has to then go to the president's desk for signature, which it should achieve. But again, it's pretty much just a timing thing.
Yeah, and it's been introduced before twice.
Yes, unfortunately, the congressmen who were the leads on that, both of them were no longer in office, so it had to kind of come back around.
Yeah.
And come back around, and hey, we're still here.
Yeah. And some of those guys, when they interviewed or when they had some questions with Tori, they asked her, how come it hasn't passed? And you know what I mean? And she had to say, well, unfortunately, those two congressmen, they're no longer in office. And yeah, she worded it really good.
Yeah, no, and of course, I love it because our chairwoman is quite articulate, and I appreciate that about her, because she's able to put it out there without, getting too lost, because, when someone asks that kind of question, part of me wants to kind of turn and say, and of course, his name was Jeff. You want to answer that, Jeff?
Yeah.
The original of Representative Fortenberry. So.
Right. For sure.
Well, we can't do that.
I told the Winnebago and the News, Jordana, Allison, and the crew there, I said, that's part of history. So let's
Absolutely.
make sure that we follow it along, and
Yes.
they're on assignment.
The one thing that I wish we would put out there a little bit more, but I do understand why we don't, is that our tribe, of course, is one of the very, very few tribes, and I mean that quite literally, that actually our ancestors purchased this land. It's not our ancestral homeland. You guys know that. We're from Wisconsin, northern Illinois, the UP of Michigan, etc., all that stuff. That's where we're from. But when we were moved here, the funds that the tribe had was used to buy this land, and then therefore was taken in, through the acts of Congress, etc., the Dawes Act, Wheeler, and all that kind of stuff, and how it was piecemealed and taken apart. We don't look at it in that way enough, in my personal opinion, in my individual opinion, because how could land that you bought, in 1869 be taken from you without your consent in any way?
Yeah.
But see, because Indians had no rights. We weren't even citizens, until 100 years ago.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. So I wish people would see it from that perspective. Your ancestors bought this land.
Yeah.
Bought it.
And then we had to fight for it.
Yeah.
I mean, Little Priest,
Yes.
he went out west, and it was kind of, he wanted the peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he wanted a place to call home, because they were moved so many times and everything. That's why I put the Little Priest song in there.
Oh yeah.
And the background of that map and stuff.
Yeah,
And
the drone footage that you did, I thought was cool.
yeah, it was really nice out there when we went out there, and it's a beautiful area. I think you just hear the trees, and
Yep.
and it's just like, wow, this rightfully should be ours and stuff. Like I said, beautiful. If you have a chance, maybe you should drive down there. There's a boat dock on the south end, and there's the map area. If you guys are interested in seeing the map and stuff, email me or email maybe down at the administration and stuff. And then up at the north area, you kind of go through the Snyder's Bend, and then they have some cabins that are developed and stuff. But our area would be south of those cabins.
Right.
So very, very cool. But
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. The land back. Just remember that, guys. Land back. So you don't have to be the expert. You just got to keep saying that.
For sure. All right. So, and I know that this week their condolences to the family and stuff.
Yes.
James Campbell has passed on, and I know the family is going to be taken care of. I appreciate Kunu Dave Russell for helping out, our wake and burial director. I called him yesterday, and people were kind of wondering. But the CEO report and some of the meetings that are happening is postponed.
Yeah, most of that has been put off because of the funerals, etc. One thing that I want to do put out there as well, since I do have the council hat on, is we've had quite a bit of, let's say, issues with, of course, the Ho Chunk Center, and they're pretty much related to where it's not being taken care of in the way that it needs to be when it's being utilized. Now, that building there is, of course, built specifically for the purpose of tribal member usage. So let's take care of it when we're out there, guys. Let's make sure that the bathrooms are being monitored. You're not allowing kids to go in there and flush, things that shouldn't be, and that kind of stuff. And as well as making sure that every part of the facility is taken care of, because it's even still in the recovery mode from back when somebody actually broke into it, which was to me is like absurd. I know. It's like, why do you do that? It belongs to the entire tribe. But anyway, so let's make sure that we take care of what we're doing. So at that time of need, because we're all there at one time or another, the facility is up and ready to go, and good families can get what they need.
Good public service announcement.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. And so it's up to all of us. Let's take care of that. So
for sure. Alrighty, and let's see here. Res Ride. You guys got to do Res Ride. I was out last week. How'd it go?
It was good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We did this. What was that game called?
Or I had an entire list of. They weren't sitcoms, but basic TV show themes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guest DJs had to guess as we rolled through them.
Oh,
and if
cool.
they missed it, then we moved on to the next person, and then they got their candy instead. So.
Oh, cool.
I got last, but
and I had to say that, Bethany was at a little bit of a disadvantage because some of the shows were, kind of old, even from like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
So, it's
Who won?
I think
Sharon did.
Was it?
Sharon T.
Did she?
Yeah, DJ Sharon T.
Yeah, I think.
There was one that MC Delight, she didn't get, and then it came back to me, but it was Sesame Street.
Oh.
I was so happy about that one. I was like, I used to watch that.
Yeah,
the one that I actually know.
Yeah, so Res Ride, of course, every Thursday from 4 to 6, and we just have a good time. The guest DJs that come up, from time to time, we mix it up. We're trying to get it full. I want this whole room full, to be honest, at some point, so we got to get the remote mic so they can be the backseat driver yelling out, "Don't play that."
Yeah, it's like, imagine like we're lapped up in a car.
Yes, and that's what I want it to be, and that kind of stuff. So I see Ben Crawford walked in. Have you ever been in a res ride, Ben?
I have not, no.
All
Somebody
right.
needs to break him in.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's
Because
go.
you asked the guests that were in here before you one of their favorite things about powwow, and you said about, what was it, getting snagged?
I'm surprised nobody said that. You know what I mean? They all had the good answers.
Oh my gosh, I know. And it's like
Everybody had wholesome answers.
I was listening, of course, on my way up here, when you guys opened the show and that kind of thing, and there was a word, because Tyler was kind of searching for it, and then she said echoey. The word you were looking for, Tyler, was ambiance and acoustic.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Echoey. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
It's
a
like-
new word there.
No, it's like, go ahead and add the flavor, Tyler. Add the flavor. But it's like, those were the words you were looking for. So a lot of stuff there. And then, of course, Midnight Love will be brand new this Friday. We're going to be doing All Time Favorites Volume 2.
Ooh.
Okay.
And of course, for you listeners that weren't aware, what we did is we've done 24, well, actually 25, but 24 shows that were themed. And we somehow selected 2 songs from each of those shows, put them into a playlist, and that became our all-time favorites. And so that's going to be Volume 2 this Friday, premiering.
I get it. Okay, so I got to tell the story, okay? About Midnight Love.
Yeah.
I get a text, and it's probably about 9:30. And sometimes what we do is we just kind of put it on repeat, let it play, go into the morning hours and stuff. While this Midnight Love crept into the morning hours and stuff. A lot of people like to tune in when they go to work or whatever and stuff. But Midnight Love was playing, and they say, "Who's playing the jams right now?" And so I tune in, and I was like, "Oh, that's Midnight Love." Then they gave a compliment. They said,
Oh,
"Wow,
good.
that's playing all those kind of that type of jam this morning." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, "It's for those ones still down at the river."
Oh my
That's how you
gosh,
answer
yeah.
it.
No, I don't mind that at all when Midnight Love plays all the way through, because like some of the playlists I really, really like more than, I don't want to say it like in that way, but more than others. Because I remember very specifically the Quiet Storm playlist, which probably is my favorite. That played all the way through, and listening to it again and again, it was like, oh my gosh, I love that playlist. Love it.
Yeah. And I remember I was like, "What's a Quiet Storm?" But you remember like the runs, the huge runs at the end, and just the passion and everything that came out on the songs and stuff. Definitely dope.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there. So Midnight Love will be brand new. All Time Favorites Volume 2 this Friday. And so, of course, don't forget about that. So.
Very nice.
Yesterday, I did want to give a shout out and compliment Bethany. I liked what you did yesterday with
Yes.
Nicki Minaj.
Thank you.
Tore it up, because I was up in the South Sioux area, and then I was listening at that time, and then also part of the replay because I didn't catch all of it. It was good.
Yeah.
Thank
It was
you.
good. So when you were saying, people would say, do a Volume 2, I was like, where is it? No.
And I was like, do you think if I come in with my next big hour, which is next week, doing the part 2 immediately, I was like, is that too much?
No,
I don't know.
'cause
I don't think it's too
no.
much. As we're going back and forth with myself.
You can
But-
never get enough. No. And
Yes.
so because I'll of course be helping out Sharon Teed tomorrow while she's going through her country.
Yeah, make sure you tune in
Yes.
for that one.
Yes.
Luke Bryant was the first one that she
Yeah.
did. That turned out excellent and
Yeah.
requested
Yeah,
more
I've
country.
seen the playlist that she's putting together for that, and so I can't say I'm the biggest country fan, but at the same time, it's like, hey, there's some jams there. There are.
Well, it kind of surprised me. Neon Moon, a country song. I mean, all-time
Right.
favorite and stuff. No matter if you're
Right.
like die-hard hip-hop or rock head or whatever you might be and stuff, I think anybody can get into Neon Moon.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those jams. It is. I mean, and it's like, maybe it's not the best thing to say, but it's one of those songs. Of course, it's very bar oriented, but it's like you can imagine the whole bar singing it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like those kind of jams. It's like, yeah, everyone's like.
Well, it works for everything. That
Yeah.
setting, and then if
Yeah.
you're just cruising home or...
Well, it is, and I'm glad you're saying that, Guaranteed. I mean, God, I'm just like going off on it, but it's like, it is. It's a love song. It's a heartbreak song. It's a good time song. It's a chill jam. It's it's everything. It's one of those.
Did it win, barely won, or did it win by a
No,
landslide?
it won by a landslide.
Really?
Yeah.
And it broke the record.
It broke the record, and it had the most votes. And then what was funny about it is I seen a meme after that, like later that day on Thursday, and it said, you want to know how I know you're native? And I said, how? He said, because you're singing Neon Moon at the top of your lungs or something like that. But then it's the top song of the week, though.
We'll see if I can hold it down this week.
Yeah.
It might even give a Return of the Mac a run. I bet it does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it's a good sound.
Good
Good time song.
All right. Well, MCBKC, thank you for coming on up, discussing some of the things that are happening with the council, as well as the radio shows. Great programming that the Big Voice have, and appreciate Bethany for all the work and producing. And
and the last thing I was going to say, guys, because I know time's coming up on this stuff, but I do want to give a shout out to everybody that has something to do with what happens here. I said it before, but I'll say it again on this show as well. Putting the shows together takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of effort that goes into that. And so as the listeners enjoy the programming, all of the programs that come forward understand there is so much background that goes into that, and the production part of it. And so what you see, we make look easy, and I enjoy doing it and being part of that. But I want to give a shout out to everybody here, because it's a ton of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big effort, and without everyone giving it their all, we wouldn't be able to bring it to the listeners, and that's what it's about. So
yeah, the research. I have a hard time coming up with the answer is questions and stuff, and I think one of those res rides, the DJs were trying to, all right, we're gonna try to get MCBKC on this one.
They did good. They did.
They did their research, and they're like, hey, this one's gonna definitely get him, and then he just popped off the answer. I was like, oh my goodness, this guy is.
I know. It's like, I thought that when they were trying to act surprised about the one with Michael Jackson, I'm like, that was like huge news back then.
Right.
Titans of music. It's like, well, what are they doing? I don't know. It's like, it's Eddie Van Halen. Hello. But anyway, all right. So.
And you ended the big hour. You did the big hour last Friday?
Yes.
With We Are the World.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you like that? That was cool. I was like, wow. I turned it up and everything. I
the
even
first thing he said yesterday.
So do you know that song well enough? Do you, Bethany? Okay. I was just going to say, who's your favorite one in there?
Oh, mine would probably be Michael Jackson.
The way in his two verses that he has?
Yeah.
He doesn't lead it off, but he does the first refrain, we are the world, with his voice, and then he does his own chorus. I got to say, in mine, it's of course, such tremendous, amazing artists all through that whole entire song, top to bottom, but I got to say, mine is probably when Dionne Warwick sings.
Oh.
Because she kind of brings in the second verse,
Okay.
It's got a lot of gospel voice, because then, of course, she's a fantastic singer. But it's like, whatever. So, We Are the World, Ben?
Yeah. We are
Who's
the
your
world.
favorite? Putting you on the spot. Oh, okay. Well, you have to karaoke it when you come up.
So when he played it and stuff, I know there were some memes about We Are the World. So I did Saturday Night Live, We Are the World, and they did part 3 or something, and then they had Rihanna try to sing it, and she goes, hey.
I saw that. Oh my God, it's so good. Back then there was so much stuff. I mean, they even showed up on the Golden Girls because Blanche was getting audited, and she said, "Did you ever give to charity?" In 1985, I bought the We Are the World album.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh, I know so much stuff.
Good topic of discussion on that. You know what I mean? So make sure you tune into the big hour because you got some good ones coming your way.
Okay, cool. See you guys.
That's crazy.
It's a good song, though. It's a good song.
Yeah, it is. I have to admit. I was jamming it out. I turned it up when he was like, hey, he's going to end it out. It was a dedication to the classes of Winnebago Public School.
Year by year. Yeah.
You ended what?
85.
85. Okay, so he's going to pick it up at 86. Class of 86, 7. Coming up for sure. Angel Decora.
Thank you. So wanted to add in there the big hour. We have it live over the noon hour, and then we get into replays from 4:30 to 5:30. But on Wednesdays, I just wanted to make note for our listeners. On Wednesdays, we do it from 4 to 5 on Wednesdays, just because it goes right into the new episode of Big Voice Sports Talk Show.
Okay, cool. So Wednesday, just a little hiccup, but
yeah,
it's
just
still
a half hour difference, but yeah.
And we should play it the rest of the night.
We kind of do, yeah. We say 7, but I was like that Nicki Minaj mix last night ran it right into Midnight Love.
Oh.
And I don't know why, but I have it on a playlist, so it'll go, on its own in the time limit. But I forgot to add one extra Nicki mix, so it would line up with 10 o'clock Midnight Love. So Midnight Love started at 9.
Oh, did it?
So it just went all night from that. Oh. Yeah, but I was in my car around that time. And it was that. So I was like, that's not Nicki. And I turned it up. And I was like, so I had to go look. And I was like, what the heck?
Oh.
But
Gotcha.
Still some good music.
Mr. Ben Crawford from Angel Decor Museum. Appreciate you being here. Sunshine is, I believe, out in Chicago and stuff, doing some.
She is out on travel. I believe it was repatriation work too.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
This day in history, what you got?
So this Sunday, June 18th, is the 89th anniversary of the Indian Reorganization Act.
Oh.
You might have also heard of it as the Wheeler-Howard Act. This is a pretty big one. So what this was it's kind of like one of the first attempts to reverse all the negative stuff that the government had done to the tribes. It was kind of pushed, or the leader who was trying to get this passed was a guy named John Collier. He was non-native, but he was an activist, and he really tried to advocate for tribes' religious freedom. And the act, like I said, it was kind of like a reversal of previous policies. It ended the allotment of land. It made it so that tribes could form their own formal, federally recognized tribal governments, and it kind of sought to reverse some of the oversight by the federal government on tribes. So it allowed for the Winnebago tribe to get their constitution approved in 1936.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not to say that the tribe wasn't meeting and wasn't having its own councils that weren't federally recognized before that, but this really made it so that it could be official. This will be the 89th anniversary on Sunday, but it was not perfect too. So some tribes, you had to vote tribe by tribe whether or not to approve this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Ute tribes said, we don't want any more interference in the tribal government. We signed the treaty, that's it. We don't want any other federal stuff happening. We're done. And so apparently about a third of tribes did not ratify it, did not accept the Indian Reorganization Act. And the guy, John Collier, this non-native guy who was really pushing the Indian Reorganization Act with well-meaning intentions, he also had some controversy too. He was, I don't know if you've ever heard about the Navajo or Diné sheep reduction or the killing off of a lot of Navajo sheep. He was involved in the 1930s in an effort to prevent erosion in limiting the size of Navajo sheep herds, which meant killing off a bunch of sheep. And a lot of people in the tribe are still very unhappy about that. And there was a lot of distrust that happened because of that federal program. But yeah, Indian Reorganization Act.
I remember like Cassie's class, and she teaches some of those government native affair classes.
Mm-hmm.
She used to when she was up there, and I'm not sure who the teacher is now, or the instructor, or professor. I guess I should say professor, but she keeps mentioning that we have a IRA Constitution, which means
Indian Reorganization Act. Yeah.
Yeah, when they refer to that, I was like, oh, okay, so that's what that means. So anytime that we say IRA, it refers to that. You know what I mean? So it makes sense.
Cool. Yeah, and doing research on this, I was finally able to find when the tribal constitution was approved, which was 1936. So the IRA was in 1934, and it took 2 years for the tribal constitution to be approved.
Yeah, we have Tribal Constitution Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you said, it doesn't meet every need of...
No, and it required that, again, the tribes had to vote it in, but also that the constitutions that they formed had to be approved by the government, right? So it was like getting a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but... I mean, it's better than allotting land, that's for sure. But it's imperfect, I think, is the best way to put it.
So that tribe out in Utah, are they still? Did they eventually adopt it? The Ute?
I'd have to look into it, but after the initial approval of it, after the initial passage by the federal government, it was no. and I'm not sure whether they formed their own tribal government decades later, years later.
Well, I know like the Navajo Nation, they have a Congress, representatives, and then they have a president. And we, of course, have our chairwoman or the chair, but we kind of just use the council. Probably because of the size. You know, there's a million Navajos and 5,000.
Huge area. Yeah, multi-states, just like us, right? But really, really, really big, right? Bigger than some states in the country.
Yeah, that is true, huh? Probably bigger than like New Hampshire or something. Definitely. All right, well, that's this day in history. That's going to be happening on Sunday.
This Sunday, the June 18th.
Got a question.
Yep.
So you mentioned how they like tried to kill off all the sheep and stuff. Is that similar to like how they tried to do it with the buffalo too?
Well, so they weren't trying to kill off all the sheep, and this is very limited understanding. It did not go super deep on it. But John Collier, this non-native guy, I hope I'm saying his name right, he really wanted to help tribes, but that doesn't always work out well. And what was happening on the Dene land was there was a lot of erosion, apparently. So people thought, especially federal people thought, well, the erosion's being caused by all these sheep eating the plants and the roots holding the stuff together. It's not helping, right? So they really dramatically reduced the number of sheep, and apparently they would willingly pay some people, but I'm guessing they also just would take people's sheep herds and then kill them off too. And that's like people's livelihood. Like, if you're a family and you've got a sheep herd, it doesn't really matter what a guy in DC thinks is going to be best for the land if that's like your livelihood and also the connection between the tribe and the animals is probably a lot different than Farmer Brown in Nebraska, right? I hope that helps a little bit.
Good question. Glad you asked that question. Ben, anything on Juneteenth? On Monday, just kind of a FYI public service announcement. The Winnebago tribe will be closing their office in honor of Juneteenth. I remember we were a part of kind of in this office communication when Joe Biden signed that as a federal holiday. That first year, the Winnebago tribe didn't recognize it because he signed it like in the first part of June, and it just didn't.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah. And then, since then, HR and the administration and council adopted that we recognize Juneteenth. That's going to be taking place this coming Monday. And so our offices will be closed, FYI. I don't know if the big hour is still going to happen and stuff, but it's kind of make note of that. Do you know much about Juneteenth?
Certainly not an expert. As I understand it, it's when slavery was abolished, right? And yeah, it was a pretty big day and has not really been recognized on an official level up until recently. It's kind of been more locally recognized with African Americans and other descendants of people who were enslaved.
Now, help me out here, Bethany, if you know, or Ben, if you know, but to my understanding, they abolished slavery, but the people in Texas, the slaves particularly, they still were enslaved years after they abolished it, and then finally on June, what is it going to be, June 19th or something, June 18th or 19th, they finally got word that they were free, and that's why they recognize Juneteenth as that kind of, I don't know, maybe help me out in that stuff.
Yeah, I am not an expert. The best history I know about is Ho-Chunk history, but some of that kind of rings a bell. Like after slavery was officially abolished, there was a lot of really shady stuff that went down in the South, like sharecropping or like you have to, it's like everything but slavery. You're just not calling that, where you were still keeping control of families and like you were, I don't know, leasing the land to these former slaves, and then they would give you all the crops and stuff. And there was a lot of shady kind of pseudo-slavery and arresting African Americans and having them do forced labor, and of course there's still controversy today with prison inmates doing unpaid labor. But
well, so shout out to Jamie here. Juneteenth is when the FAR actually found out they were free. Back in those days, you
They
know what
said
I mean?
some 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The Army announced that more than 250,000 enslaved black people in the state were freed
Wow.
by executive decree. And this day
Imagine that.
came known as Juneteenth.
Right. Imagine that. You know what I mean? Like your livelihood and just kind of finding out, man. It was, of course, we have our trauma history and stuff, but our relatives and our brothers and sisters of the African, you know what I mean? They, I mean, could you imagine?
Whole different story.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you guys, our viewers and our listeners, those that are tuning in on Winnebago, the Big Voice, for appreciate helping out. Who made that comment?
I Googled
Jamie.
it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You Googled it. Oh,
I was like, wow, that's good.
there you go.
I just knew it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's good information to know.
For
yes,
sure,
yes,
sure.
it is. Can always learn more.
Okay.
The
Well,
more you know.
are we ready? The answer is
All right.
all right, man. This episode flew by. I don't know, talking about snagging and the powwows and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Reminiscing.
I don't know. For some reason, it just flew by, and then for real,
Staring out the window.
it's for those ones that are still down at the river, watching the sun
Even
come
still,
up.
right now.
Gee. But we are gonna get ready for the answer is Ben. We are on a mission to get you on a res ride one of these times. Okay, we're on a mission. Okay, 5 questions. Tyler versus Bethany. Bethany, how'd you do last
Okay.
week?
I thought you won.
Jordana won because I helped her with one of her points.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
did. Why? I mean, come on, you represent the big boys.
My
Being
girl.
too nice.
That's my girl. All right, here we go. First question. Last night, history was made. I don't know if you guys felt it. Did you guys just all of a sudden, like, you know, your bell go off and stuff? Last night, an NBA champion was awarded to a team that won 4 games to 1. What is the team name who is this year's 2023 NBA champion?
The Denver Nuggets.
Final answer.
Locking it in for 1,000.
Did you watch it?
I did not.
Okay,
But someone told me.
shout out to the bad person.
Yes.
Okay, question number 2. The longtime host of Wheel of Fortune announced that he is retiring after more than 40 years on the air.
Wow.
This upcoming season, the 41st season, is going to be his last season. What is the name of the host of Wheel of Fortune?
Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Man, what is his name? It's
Shout out to Auntie Vanna White. She's the one that does
what is
the
his
letters.
name? I know that The Price is Right is Bob Barker, and then it went to that other guy. I see people blowing up the chat, but I don't got my glasses today, so so I can't see it. I was searching high and low for them. Couldn't get it out. All right, it's man, the Wheel of Fortune. That guy's name is Mark.
Mark.
Love it.
Mark
Love it.
Wheel.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Marky Mark. Okay.
Just kidding. Mark.
Question number 3. I did not know this. I seriously did not know this. I don't know why, but I went to going to the movies. I don't know. When's the last time you seen a movie?
Spider-Verse, I think, a week or 2 ago.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Wow, everybody's seen it and
It's
stuff.
pretty
Anyways,
good.
It's good.
It's pretty
My
good.
son wanted to go to it, so I took my son to him. Kind of finally had.
Well, what did he think? Did he like it?
Yeah, he loved it.
See?
He's seen
We
the
all
spot
love
guy
it.
or whatever and stuff, and he turns to me and he's like, I
Uh-huh.
already love this movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Anyways, but Transformers.
I got to see that.
Rise of the Beast narrowly beat Spider-Man at the box office this weekend.
What?
Yeah. What are the good guys called?
The
In
good guys
Transformers,
in
yeah.
Transformers, they're the
Optimus Prime is the leader
Yeah.
of the
Autobots.
final answer?
Hold on, because when I went to go see Transformers yesterday, I went to go see, or wait,
Oh,
yesterday?
really?
No, not
Dang.
yesterday. I went to go see it on Sunday.
That's
Sorry.
pretty fresh.
Yeah. So, and then in it, there's a lot of history that, go check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a good one. There's a lot of history in there, and I don't want to be a spoiler on all of the new movies.
What will be okay?
Okay, let me stop pulling my head.
I love it.
But I'm gonna say it's the Because it's Optimus Prime.
Well, stay tuned because we're going to have your
No.
review. I'm interested in hearing your review and stuff like
Alright.
that. But Optimus Prime is the leader of
The Autobots.
Okay.
The
final answer?
Autobots. Okay.
Question number 4. I did this one. This was really cool. All right. This was kind of in the same vein. But the Winnebago Tribe mission statement has been used as a way of guiding and promoting our sovereignty, right? It's on the Winnebago Tribe's website. We checked that out, you know what I mean, and everything. It's right there, and it's on the homepage. What is the last couple words in the mission statement? Now, I have multiple choice for you if you want it, or
Yeah.
do you just know it?
Usually I just know it, but I'll take that multiple choice
Usually
just
I
to be
just
right.
Weird day.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it A? Is it A? The last couple words of the mission statement. Is it A? Home of the brave. Is it B? Future generations. Is it C? Land of the free. Or is it D? Traditional values. And everybody's probably jumping on the website right now just to check it out.
I want to see how many clicks it gets today.
Yeah.
It's so the what'd you say B was?
B is future generations.
And then what was D?
Generation.
D is traditional values.
It's between those two. So let me cross eliminate.
It's not home of the brave
It's not Home of the Brave.
or land of the free.
No.
Really?
It's for the future generations.
Final answer.
That's B.
Final answer for 20 bucks.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Former President Donald Trump is set to make an arraignment appearance in court today in Miami for allegedly having
boy.
confidential, top secret documents, classified documents.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the raid held? What home? I mean, he probably has property all over the place and stuff, but this historic raid happened where?
The White House.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I
Wow.
get it wrong, it's because I don't really pay attention to that guy.
Good call.
Wow, that's a good comeback there and stuff.
For
But we got
mental
your
health.
Transformers review coming up. Dang, she knocked it out of the park today. She knocked it out of the park. I don't know. I think Tyler. We'll see what happens.
Good luck, Tyler.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Did you know all of them?
No. I was on the road last night. I was not in the office yesterday, so
Where, was you on vacation?
coming back from Minnesota. Yep. And then I knew the Transformers one.
Did you?
'Cause,
All right.
who doesn't? But yeah.
Did you see the new one yet?
I have not. I haven't
Go
seen
see
like
it.
3 of them. They were just
go
pumping them
watch
out
all of 'em.
after a while.
In order. In chronological order.
Chronological.
Well, is Fast and Furious or Fast and 100?
I've
is
seen that too.
Is that out?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fast Infinity.
Whatever it is. and
Infinity
stuff.
Fast
into the
X.
fast verse.
I was surprised when I went to the. I was like, man, I want to go see Transformers. I told my little boy that and stuff. And Gavin, he's 11, and he's like, no, I'm gonna go see Spider-Man. So we end up going to see Spider-Man. It was. I mean, yeah. I don't want to ruin it either.
If
Did you
Megan
get?
Fox isn't in it, I don't want to go see it.
Okay, so here we go. She did pretty good. I think you got this.
Scared. Who gets the
Jord-
lifeline?
Jordana won last week, so she used her
Yeah.
lifeline.
I didn't even use it.
But you know
I never remember.
Yay.
But what she did, she helped Jordana. Can you believe that? So she's
Wow.
probably gonna go on mute here pretty soon or something like that. I don't know, but she helped her
Kicked
out.
me out of the room.
Here we go. Question number 1. Last night, an NBA champion was awarded to a team that won 4 games to 1. What is the team name who won this year's National NBA National Basketball Association's championship trophy?
Man, you got me here. I don't know.
We talked about it. Yeah.
Team.
It's all over the news. It was on last night. Everybody's probably blowing up Facebook because everybody's gonna be jumping on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody that's a fan of this one until this year.
So it's not Golden State, huh?
It's not Golden State.
Because everybody is all over that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Is Cleveland a team?
Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers.
It's probably not them, huh?
Trying to read you.
Lasers?
The Lasers.
Lasers should
Oh,
lasers.
The
Portland
Philadelphia
Blazers.
Lasers. No.
Suns one?
Yeah. I
I'ma
mean,
go
that's a
with them.
team. Phoenix Suns?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you are. It is. Everybody turn to there. Jamie said the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Denver
man.
Nuggets.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't have got it.
You
Then you got
said
that right.
The Nuggets.
the Denver Nuggets, and you knew how because
Someone told me.
yeah.
To close this.
No, last night they texted me. They're like, real happy about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Here we go. The longtime host of Wheel of Fortune, announced that he is retiring after more than 40 years on the air. Man, that's about old as all of us and stuff. The upcoming season is his last season. What is the name of the host of Wheel of Fortune?
Steve.
Steve.
Is it? The way you press
Final answer? You
Yeah.
locking that answer in?
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. Okay.
Steve. No.
No.
I don't know why I'm thinking like.
It was
Pat.
I
Pat
said,
Sajak.
I said Mark.
Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak. Did you know that one, Ben?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know
Especially I didn't
Pat's-
know his last name.
Dega Pat. You didn't know that? You know what I mean?
I was thinking Bob Barker, but clearly that's not it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give the wheel a spin. and stuff, man.
Thomas
he's gonna be
Wheel.
leaving. All the good guys are leaving. You know, Bob
Jerry
Barker headed
passed away.
out.
Good guy.
Pat Sajak. Who's the host of Jeopardy? What's his name? Alex Trebek.
Alex, yeah.
Dang.
Jerry Springer died.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Man.
Jerry.
Don't. I don't want to laugh about it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, number 3.
I'm laughing because you laughed.
Okay, all right. Transformers. Rise of the Beast is the new one. What number would that be? Transformers what? 6?
You got me.
Okay, all right. Anyways, that's not the question. Rise of the Beast narrowly beat Spider-Man at the box office this weekend.
Curious.
What are the good guys called
Squirrel.
in Transformers? Optimus Prime is the leader of the...
Autobots.
Final answer?
Yep.
How did you guys know
It's
that?
like Autobots assemble.
Yeah.
It really sounded like Optimus Prime.
Good job. 2-1.
Boys.
You're right there. Cool.
Ooh, I'm up.
All right. So, let's see here. You got the Nuggets. You both missed Pat Sajak. I can't believe you guys don't remember Pat Sajak. Vanna White.
We're
That's
young.
that's the crew. You know what I mean? Like Fortune of. You don't watch Wheel of Fortune at all?
I used to watch The Price is Right.
I was sick one day.
I was a
kid,
Bob
you know, with
Barker.
cable.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. I think it usually comes out in the evening. Number 4. The Winnebago Tribe's mission statement has been used as a way of guiding and promoting our sovereignty. What is the last couple words in the mission statement? It's on the Winnebago Tribe's homepage. Just boom, you pop it up there. It says honor, pride, tradition. And then it says the Winnebago Tribe's mission statement. I have multiple choice if you want it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Is it A, home of the brave? Is it B, future generations? Is it C, land of the free? Or is it D, traditional values?
B.
Final answer?
Yeah. Lock it in.
Man, good job, guys. You guys memorized that. Hey, as the director of communications, I gotta give you that. I was hoping you guys would get that one.
Nice.
Good job. That's awesome. High five to you. Yeah. In my mind, no matter who wins, it's gonna. Okay.
You always win.
Didn't even finish.
Okay. What's the score here?
It is, let's see, 3-2. Bethany is in the lead.
Bethany in the lead. Okay, for the tie.
Oh, I'm scared.
I mean, you might get this one too, man, because it's been all over the news.
Okay.
Former President Donald Trump is set to make an arraignment appearance in court today in Miami for allegedly having confidential, top secret documents, classified documents. Where was the raid held that they served him? You know what I mean? They had a search warrant and everything. He always stays here. What's that property called?
Trump Tower.
The Trump Tower?
I'm trying to read you. I don't know. I'm gonna go with it.
The Trump Tower? That was a good guess. That was
Wait,
good.
no, I don't. No.
Okay.
I don't know. It's always golfing, huh? I'm gonna say the Capitol.
The what?
What?
The Capitol.
The
The
capital.
United States Capitol?
Yeah, he was there. No. Man, I want to get this. We just have to go with the Capitol.
The United States Capitol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the White
United
House.
States Capitol. Do you know it, Ben?
It is Mar-a-Lago.
Yes, Mar-a-Lago.
What's that?
That's like his little house mansion in Florida, right?
Yeah, did you guys see the pictures? Like, seriously, he had boxes. You know, like how we got boxes of. He just had boxes.
So
in
was
his
this
bathroom.
after he was the president or what?
Yeah, that's what
It's
they.
just like, yeah.
He's like, I'm taking all this with me.
Nuclear
Packed up his
documents just laying around. You know, probably access. I don't know what it's all in there and stuff, but
What's the world coming to?
right. I mean, just chilling in his bathroom.
Check
They
it
showed
out.
the pictures and stuff, and I'm like, what in the world was he
Remind me to
thinking?
Look that one up.
He's probably I don't know. They said if he gets to be president, he can pardon himself. So he has a plan.
Yeah, it could be exciting today too, because there's some people who said they were going to really protest too. So hopefully today goes
Yeah.
smooth, no
Yes.
problems.
I know.
Wherever that's taking
We all
place.
know happened
Florida.
on that Capitol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want nothing to.
No.
Nobody to get harmed or anything like that, but just make sure that we pay attention. And you know, the Justice Department handed to them, and they're trying to make sure that all our documents are safe. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Those belong to the United States of America,
Yeah,
not
what's
Donald
really
Trump.
Going on?
For sure. So,
Yep.
anyways, with the score of
It was 3-2. Bethany with the win.
congratulations,
Don't
Bethany.
Don't pour this candy out.
I just left
I'm done.
through the. I'm
No
done.
snacks today.
Well, congratulations, victory speech. What do you got to say?
Thanks, Jordana.
Thanks. There you go. There
Is
you
that
go.
what told you?
No.
Oh.
So you get a little revenge from last week from
Yeah.
helping out. What
Being
they
a
say, like
helpful
the
hand.
ball don't lie. You know what I mean? You ever see that? And so you helped out last week.
And hence I used to be a bingo caller. The ball don't lie.
Yeah, for sure.
No biz.
But do you
Has nothing to do
recommend
with it.
Transform?
Bringing that up.
Is it good?
Hey, speaking
Yeah.
of bingo, I want to give a plug out to one of Vegas here because I heard I think the G ball or one of those progressives is really high. They were talking about it yesterday and stuff, and I haven't played bingo in a long time. Do you guys play bingo? Ben, you've been to bingo?
I'd go.
I don't think I've ever played bingo where I could win money.
Yeah, you just fun bingo, huh?
Yep, class, school. Or
Yeah.
like Spanish bingo or something.
Yeah, and then you used to call it and stuff. What was the highest one that you called out?
I think I shared this story with you guys before. I was calling. It was like one of my probably third times calling up there. And so I was up at the announcer stand calling all the numbers, and before the session even started, I was like, I'm gonna give away a jackpot today. And shout out to my late friend Sierra. She passed away, but she used to work out there with me, and we used to always just tease each other and stuff. And she's like, so anyways, she's like, well, if you do, they tip really good whenever they win those jackpots, blah, 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 putting all this stuff in my head. And then I gave away a $26,000 jackpot that session.
No tip.
No tip.
What?
Not even
No
kidding.
tip, not even 15%.
I'm not even kidding.
Nice
Are you
bill or
serious?
something.
And she's like, maybe next time. She's trying to make me feel better.
Who said that? Your friend?
My
or
friend
the,
Sierra,
okay.
yeah. She was like
The
real
winner.
hugging my back.
Aw.
Man. Well, was the person native?
She was.
Oh, no.
I won't say any names though,
Oh, man.
but I remember.
My goodness.
I never
Oh,
Not
man.
letting that go.
But yeah, that's a lot.
Can we say tribe?
26,000.
No, I'm just playing.
I need to get specifics.
Yeah, but if you have an opportunity, I think they have bingo Wednesday night and double payout night on Friday, Saturday. Maybe those that are interested in that, kind of tell your friends. I know that the elderlies like to go and the older folks and stuff. But Winnebago's doing a good thing. I went over to the property yesterday and, they have a lot of promotions, a lot of good times and stuff like that. So you have an opportunity. As you know, a lot of the money that's made from Winnebago's comes over here to the tribe to help support the human services and all different other programs. And so we appreciate them, appropriations and everything. And shout out and thank you to the Winnebago's crew. They're workers that are working hard every day to see that done. And stuff, you know what I mean? Away from their families. And I know it's a little trek to get over there. But I think they're like family, you know what I mean? They come together and they've been in the game for, it's going to be coming up on 30 years here pretty soon. So definitely shout out to Winnebago's. And then let's not forget about Native Star as well as Iron Horse. They're like family too, the workers and stuff. I did their Christmas party and they all had a good time, you know what I mean? It was just good to kind of see that vibe to work in that. And if you're thinking about maybe joining the team, they do have some open positions available on both Winnebago's as well as Native Star and as Iron Horse. So, yeah, I think it would be fun to work in a casino myself. You know what I mean? Just to kind of socialize with all those people, and you know, there's stories that Sharon tells me about, like the loyal customers that come in every day, and they you know, develop that relationship and stuff, you know, and it's a good time to see them, and a lot of them kind of tease each other or make jokes and stuff, you know, so we could see that definitely. It's a good time. All right, shout outs. What do we got, Bethany?
I want to give a shout out to
Nicki Minaj.
Without further ado, but I want to give a shout out to our chairwoman Tori for taking care of that the land back stuff out in, or is she in Washington DC?
Yeah.
So that's my shout out.
She was in the Capitol. It was awesome. Good job.
And I wanted to plug in that Brian, the vice chair, he shared that there's the YouTube feed that's available if you wanted to go watch her portion on YouTube. So I'm gonna try to find that and share it on the Big Voice.
It was really cool because they also talked about Wounded Knee, and the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe and the Oglala Lakota tribe came together to buy that Wounded Knee property. And at one time, the owner of that property, somehow he got, you know, where the graves are and stuff. He owned that, had developed a gift shop and stuff. That gentleman has since passed on, but they wanted it back. The tribes wanted it back, you know, the families, and he wanted like $3.5 million for it. 40 acres.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the history and everything and the injustice that happened. And so they were talking about it in that hearing, and I learned about that. So not only will you learn about the Winnebago land back initiative and stuff, getting that land transfer from the Army Corps, you'll learn about the Wounded Knee site and what they're trying to do. They have purchased it for $500,000. I think the heir of that gentleman, he has passed on. They gave it to the family, so they own it, and they want to do something with it so that it's rightfully theirs and take care of those relatives that are buried there. And then there's initiative out in Oregon, and there's some other ones that are trying to get some of their land back that was rightfully. I think a survey was misdone, you know what I mean, in their tribe in Oregon, and they're trying to correct that. And so it's crazy, but yeah, she went out there on a Monday, testified Tuesday, came back Wednesday. So imagine that whirlwind trip. Good shout out. Tyler.
Mine wasn't that strong, but shout out to my dog Dwight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be Pet Care Day, just to remind everybody that come bring your furry friends down and get their shots and keep them healthy and whatnot.
For sure.
But I'm gonna bring him to work. He's gonna have a good day.
All right, cool. We're looking forward to seeing Dwight part of the team here.
Oh, shout out to Cleveland, our new summer youth worker at the museum.
Oh, cool.
They have already started working. I was out of the office yesterday, but they already did some really good work for us. So looking forward to a good summer with them.
Nice. I want to send a shout out to my son. He's over in Washington, D.C. on a See It tour.
Ooh.
So they're getting up every morning. It's the East Coast time, so he's a little kind of discombobulated and stuff like that. But he's going to be 16 in July, and first time to D.C. So they're visiting all the monuments and seeing some, I think, the Native American Museum and whatnot. And then the old lady's up in Alaska. So I got one on the East Coast, and then the old lady's up in the West Coast. I mean, it's crazy and stuff, you know. First time in Anchorage, Alaska. She's up there doing her thing, and then I'm back at home.
They left me.
Yeah, they just left me. So both on the different parts of the United States and stuff, and I get to watch the dogs and cats and the kids, you know. I'm kind of nervous, you know what I mean? Because these little kids are just like, hey, Dad, what are we going to eat tonight? And I'm like, I don't know. Hot dogs and pizza, I guess.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. Ramen's, guys.
$5 pizza.
You guys like
For sure.
ramen.
And ice cream. So they get to have anything they want this week. Don't tell Mom, though. All right, thanks, guys, for tuning into Winnebago Talks. We'll be back on the air this afternoon, 1:30 for Indigified Podcast. And then tomorrow, Big Voice Sports, as well as the Big Hour. So tune in, and thank you guys for everything you do. Winnebago Tribe, KWTN 100.9 FM. We are out.